Contents of the today's lecture are what is the bidding process or bidding documents, what are the different way of to evaluate the bidding documents or bidding process, and that is method of evaluation of bidding process. Tendering process in a government department, that is how tenders are going to conduct or tenders are going to evaluate and awarded in a government departments. That what are the aspects which depends on which tendering process is depend, and also the acceptance, how the contract are accepted by the contractor or the awardee and the consultant to which the contractor is awarded. So what are the different factors? Here in this lecture we will discuss all these factors. So what is first of all bidding process? When carrying out tendering, a public body can evaluate tenders by either. So there are basically two ways of bidding evaluation. When some public body or the client advertise or called for a tender, then in response consultant or the contractors submit their bids against the advertised project. So the public body or the contractor or the client have the choice to evaluate that bids on the basis of lowest price only. They can evaluate those bids on the lowest price only. And the second approach is the meet approach, or most economically advantageous tender approach. So what is done in lowest price approach, or where it is suitable to evaluate the bids according to the lowest price approach, when the quality of the project is not much of important, or when the quality of the product is not variated, that is a fixed quality project, quality and cost of the project is fixed, then we can apply the lowest price approach. It is suitable for simple procurements which have no larger complexity to require any pre-qualified technical evaluation of bidders tenders. So it is also suitable for low level construction, that is example is given here is some primary schools, or if there is maintenance work or fixed purchasing material, fixed purchasing goods, that is a standard specification. That is example here is given is stationery or machinery. So the stationery machinery will have a fixed specification, and they will be mentioned in the tender notice. So if that specification and standard of goods are not very much variated, then one can apply the lowest price approach. Or clearly specified project, that is specification is fixed, if the specification is fixed. But if there is a complex project and specifications are not fixed, then the technical qualifications of a bidder will also very much important to be evaluated. So the second approach in bid evaluation process is the meet approach, or most economically advantageous tender. So in this approach, balance is kept between the quality and cost. That is here the technical and financial both fields are evaluated. Weightage depends upon the type of project and also the client or the public body. There is no fixed guidelines for the percentage weightage of quality and cost. So the most economical advantageous tender is the method of assessment that can be used as the selection procedure for publicly procured contract. That is, publicly procured contract or the government contracts should be awarded according to this meet approach, in which the contract is awarded based on different aspects of tender submission other than just price. That is, price is not the factor that tender should be awarded according to that, just according to price, but also the quality of the project and the technical skills of the bidder or the tenders is also very much important to be evaluated and considered in the bid evaluation process. Once an authority has determined that if appropriate to use meet to evaluate its tenders, it needs to decide the weighting split between the quality and cost. That is, if an authority is determined, or if he decided that bid evaluation procedure should be applied to the evaluation of bidders. Then the public authority or the client has then the public or the government department or the client has the authority to decide the weighting, split or weightage of quality and cost. That is, marks awarded to quality and cost should be decided by the client, whether they kept the financial and technical marks 50-50 or they keeping the quality marks 70 or the financial 30. Depends upon the client and type of the project and complexity of the project also. So there are no fixed or generally recommended splits. That is, there is no fixed and recommended splits. There is a matter for each public body to decide, having considered the requirements of each individual procurement project. So every government body or any government authority can adjust their marks, splitting of marks or weightage of the technical and financial marks varying from project to project. For example, a very restricted body combine if the project budget is restricted and we cannot afford the increase in cost of the project, then the financial marks or price weightage can be kept higher by the client. But if where level of service to be delivered is key to the public body, that is, the quality is key. If the quality is key factor, such as for many consultancy services, that is, if a consulting service is going to be higher or bid is notice for tender for consultant services is done, then there is the quality of the project or the quality of the consultant or the quality factor is the most important. Then in this case quality can be achieved, or quality can be rated as higher weightage, that is 70, 60 or 80 with respect to the financial factors. So in this case quality can be rated higher with respect to as compared to the financial factors. In case of meet approach, a single stage to envelope procedure we have already discussed in two previous lecture. A single stage to envelope procedure means that to envelope that the financial and technical bids or proposal are submitted in a single stage, a single envelope for tender evaluation process. The first step in this process, immediate process, is the technical evaluation or technical bid proposal, which uses individual weighted criteria to assess the technical merit of the tenders. So individual weightage criteria, technical weightage can be fixed by the client, while the technical aspects, different aspects in the technical evaluation process, they are coming in detail. We will discuss it, how we will mark different areas of the technical evaluation process. The second step is financial evaluation of financial bid proposal, which calculate the relative cost of each tender compared to the lowest price offered. So financial evaluation of bid process, financial marking are done after the technical evaluation. When the technically they are qualified, then financial evaluations are made. Finally, the tenders are ranked based on the aggregate scores. So aggregate score will be the combined score of the technical plus the financial evaluation procedure. Then the highest marks of any bidders will lead him a contract to award the contract to them. So possible criteria to assess the quality. There is no definitive list of quality criteria that should be applied to all the procurements, but they must be linked to the subject matter of the contract, that is directly related and proportionate to the contracting authority requirements. So the following appropriate procedure or the following ways or the following factors may be considered in evaluating any bidders as a technical marks or awarding any bidder a technical marks. That is the past experience of the contractors, that is past experience of a similar projects which are now going to tender out. Equipment's capabilities, how much equipment's capabilities particular firms which have submitted a bid, or financial status of the bidders, also the performance standards, quality control, self-monitoring and complex, that is the project management techniques. So in merit approach, the skills level of the workforce also considered, track record from previous clients, that is the reputation of the firm or reputation of the bidders are also considered, which have done projects in past with the other clients. The delivery period in case of procurement of goods, continuous quality improvement, how they continue or how they are approach for the quality improvement of any project or construction work. And also the customer care policies, how they are how much they are caring about the customers care policies. So they are all the factors which are considered in the merit evaluation approach. So all the larger projects are, all the government or complex projects are evaluated according to the merit approach. So this is the criteria for awarding scores. That is a general marks given. In detail we will go further in the next slide. That is just for the quality or the proposal marking. That is, if criteria of awarding score is 0 if completely fails to meet required standard or does not provide a proposal. If someone does not propose or submit a technical proposal, that is he did not provide the past experience or the similar projects, so he will not be awarded any technical marks. If the proposal of the bidder has significantly fails to meet the standard required, contains significant shortcomings. If there are shortcomings in his proposal there, but still it fails to meet the standard requirement of the contract, then one mark will be awarded to that bidder. Proposal failed short of achieving expected standard in a number of identifiable respects. So if his proposal achieved some standard in some aspect but fails to achieve in other, then 2 marks will be awarded. If proposal of a bidder meets the required standard in most material aspects but is lacking of inconsistency in other. So if there are some fields, if there are some aspects which in which the bidders or the firms have inconsistency, then 3 marks will be awarded. Proposal meets the required standard in all material aspects, then 4 marks will be awarded. That is, if all the requirements are fulfilled which are mentioned in the tender documents, then 4 marks will be awarded to him. And 5 marks will be given to the tender's proposal meets the required standard in all the material aspects and exceeds some of all the major requirements. If he has some exceeding some material, some aspects or some quality greater than the required, then he will be awarded as 5 marks. So the second is the financial evaluation process. Financial marks can be awarded. The lowest price marks can be relatively awarded to the bidders by using the formula lowest price over price you are evaluating multiplied by 100 is equal to price scoring for the bidder. So let's say the example of we will take the example. There are 3 bidders. We have submitted bids, financial bids. So bidder A have bid a project cost of 1.2 millions. Bidder B has cost of 950,000 rupees or 9.5 millions, 0.95 millions, and the bidder C has a cost of 1.5 million. So scores can be calculated as per the following criteria. That is, bidder B will be have 100% or 100 marks because it has the lowest bidder, while bidder A is 79% marks, which can be calculated from this formula, that is 0.95 millions divided by 1.25 million multiplied by 100, it comes out to 79. And the bidder C marks, financial marks, can be calculated with the help of formula, that is this is not 0.95, this is 1.2 for the bidder A. 0.95, which is the lowest price, divided by 1.5 millions, which is price submitted or cost of the bidder C, multiplied by 100, which comes out 63. So bidder C has the lowest mark because it has highest price, So this is the way criteria in which the financial cost, financial marks can be calculated due to